thinking about moving to Central Alberta and wondering if you should build a house or buy a house? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe so you can see all of the information that we've set out for you to help make your move to Central Alberta that much easier. Whether you're thinking about moving in 9 days or 90 days, it doesn't matter. Jason and I with the Walls Real Estate Group help people just like you every day make that move that much easier. Like we always say in our videos, we do the work so you don't have to. So, thinking about building or thinking about buying, there's definitely pros and cons to both, and let's just dive into it and get started. So, building a new house is exciting and fun, and you get to pick all the colors, and you get to pick the lot, the location, much the same as you do when you are buying an existing house. But one of the biggest pros that I can see, or I would like to share with you, is that when you build your own house, you get to customize it. So that means just what I said. You get to pick the lot, you get to pick the neighborhood, you get to pick the colors, the cabinets, how many bedrooms, how many square feet, where you want the kitchen island plug to be, or maybe you need extra lighting in your bathroom to put on your makeup, things like that. Every little detail you can pick out. You also get the opportunity to have all the modern features. So that Pinterest board that you have sitting there with everything you love in a new house, it can become a reality. From the smallest detail to the biggest detail. And what I mean by that is maybe the smallest detail is what color of light switches you want to have in your house, to the biggest detail being how much square footage do you want. So that is definitely a pro to building a new home. Lower maintenance is a pro. So when you build a new home, it comes with a builder warranty, and then obviously the cabinet company will have warranty, the appliances will have warranty, the painter will have warranty. So everything in that first year is going to be covered. And then here in Alberta, we have the Alberta New Home Warranty as well, which is for 20 years in some cases. So the maintenance, the upkeep is really limited when you are building a new home. Warranty, as I talked about, that's really important. So when you buy this new house, like I mentioned, the builder does provide, most builders do, I shouldn't speak for all, provide a 1-year builder warranty. So you keep track of, those nail pops, if that's something the builder warrants. You keep track of things, cracks, because when the house shifts here in Alberta, sometimes we get cracks. Those are all normal things. You just document it, and then in a year's time on your anniversary, they will come and they will fix everything that you guys had previously discussed in your builder meeting that is in fact included in that 1-year warranty. But like I mentioned before, your appliances also have a 1-year warranty in most cases. Now, that all sounds exciting, I'm sure, but there are some cons to building as well. So right now in Central Alberta, the cost to build a new home is quite a bit higher than buying existing. And that is for many reasons. The cost of supplies have gone up, the wages of trades have gone up, just the supply chain itself, getting materials here on time, the price of land has gone up. So those are the factors here in Central Alberta that is driving the price of new home sales up. The time it takes to build a house. So it depends on the builder, and it depends on the area where you are building in Central Alberta. Some builders might be 4 to 6 months to get your house built, and some builders, if it's a custom home or quite a big build, might be a year or longer. And so if you're thinking about moving to Central Alberta in the wintertime, you can start building your house in the winter. It's not ideal, and it will cost you more because you have to thaw out that ground. So start the planning process in the winter, break ground in the springtime, and then move in the summer. This is quite a big process. If you're building a custom home, it takes quite a bit of time to plan that footprint, plan that blueprint, get it approved, send it for architectural control. Then you have to pick out everything that's going inside of your house. So if you have time, then this is perfect. But if you don't have time and you need to get here fast, then you might want to look at buying an existing home. Or else there's another option. Sometimes builders have what we call our spec homes. So they have houses that they've built that are for sale, and you can buy one of those. They've never been lived in, and oftentimes they're still under construction. So you still do have the opportunity to pick out some things or make some changes in some cases. And we're going to go over some of those properties if you stick around to the end of this video. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Of course, we're going to look at some houses, new construction versus used. I wouldn't be just sitting here talking if I didn't have some actual houses to show you. Now, another thing that is a con of building a house is location. I know I said location was a pro, but location when you're building a house, oftentimes the whole neighborhood is under construction. So if you're one of the first to build in that area, you're going to be dealing with the construction nightmare that is in your neighborhood. So that's trucks, that's trades, that's the noises, the dirt, the dust, those things. But again, if that doesn't matter to you, then maybe it's not a con. I just want to point out to you the facts of all the facts that I can possibly think of about building a house or buying existing. Other things you want to consider when you're building a house is you want to make sure you know what's happening in that neighborhood. So you want to make sure you know if your house right now you're building is backing onto a green space, is that going to be a green space forever, or is there going to be future development behind there? So these are all things that your builder representative, your builder, or your realtor, or the town or the city will have information and access to. So like I say, if you subscribe to this and you send us your information, Jason and I are happy to find out all of the information about where you're going to build your new house so you don't have to take the time to find it out. Because like I say, we do the work so you don't have to. Anyway, moving on. Another thing that you want to talk about when you're building a new house here in Central Alberta is the financing. So you have to if you're building a custom home, most builders will only do a draw mortgage. So you're going to want to make sure that your financing, your lender, your bank, is going to approve you for a draw mortgage. So that means they fund the mortgage and the builder takes draws. And you also want to make sure that you know who pays the interest on those draws. Is it you that pays the interest, or is the builder paying the interest on the draw? But some builders do completion mortgages. So just like when you buy a house, the money isn't released until you move in. So just a couple of things that you might want to think about. I want to point out that it's very, very, very important to do your research. Make sure you research your builders. Make sure you have priced out the builders. Make sure you know what your price includes, because you know what? You might go to one builder and get a price and go to the other builder and get a different price, and you might say, oh, that's so much lower, I'm going to go that way. But make sure you know exactly, you get a very detailed spec sheet which shows what that includes. Things such as, are you having builder grade flooring, builder grade appliances, builder grade paint, or is everything upgraded? Because when you're building a house and making this big investment and you're customizing it, you're going to want to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting. And it's not always apples to apples and oranges to oranges from builder to builder. And you want to make sure you Google them and you figure out if it's a builder that you want to work with, somebody that you align with, because you're going to be with that builder and that show home hostess for a long time, at least 4 to 5 months, if not longer. And you're going to be making changes, and you want to make sure that you have a good relationship with that builder. Also, builders can buy lots off other builders. So if you have your heart set on this one particular lot in a certain area, then by all means, feel free to ask the builder of your choice if they can buy that lot and you can continue your build there. Budget carefully, because you're going to go in with a budget and then you're going to get wrapped up, caught up in picking out everything for your new home. And let's face it, when you go into the countertop store or the granite store, this one might be included in your budget, but then you're gonna see this beautiful sparkly one maybe over here that you want, and you'll think, yeah, that's okay, I'm gonna up my budget and I'll buy that, that's fine. But if you keep doing that, all of a sudden your $400,000 house is now getting closer to $500,000 because of all these add-ons. So you really want to be careful and stick to your budget and plan out your budget and meet with your sales consultant so that you can stay within your budget and still get all the beautiful things within your home that you want. Now let's talk about buying a house. The cost is the cost. You see the listing price? So if it's listed at $400,000, you're going to make an offer. That offer gets accepted. That's it. You're done. That's all. Now, mind you, you're still going to have that home inspection where things are going to come up, and Jason and I like to call the home inspection creating a honey-do list. It's a great way for you to get to know your home. It's not to scare you or to find out things that are wrong for you to run away. It's so you can get to know your home and you can create that honey-do list. Things such as, Maybe you need to change the furnace filter, or maybe you need to do some grading because it is so windy here in Central Alberta that some of the topsoil blows away from the house, and we never want that water coming in. So we always want to make sure that we build it up away from our house. That's very common that comes here. Or maybe you need new shingles, or maybe the hot water tank's at the end of its life. So these are all things that you definitely will know upfront before you can sign off on the sale of the home. Immediate possession oftentimes. So if you find a house, you can probably move in as long as it takes your lawyer and your lender to get the mortgage funded and instructions to your lawyer and get you in for an appointment. So if you don't need a mortgage and you don't have to have mortgage instructions, then you can move in oftentimes within a couple of weeks. So any worst case scenario, is about 30 days usually. The maximum is what's happening in Central Alberta for possession. So you find the house, you do the home inspection, you get financing, you go to your lawyer, and then within that 30 days, you are moving into your new to you home. So that's very convenient. You also get to have a home in an established neighborhood. So that means no pre-construction chaos going on. So there's no tradespeople, there's no big trucks going through, there's not as much dust, there's not as much dirt, the yards are done, the yards are mature, the yards are often bigger. As the city grows, the lot sizes tend to get smaller, and there's not very many big lots of bay level because we're just growing out of the city, and obviously the developer wants to maximize his dollars, so they make the lots a little bit smaller so they can fit more in. But if you still want to build a house, that's fine in a mature neighborhood. There's a lot of properties in Central Alberta and in Red Deer where people are doing infills. And what that means is they are going to a mature neighborhood, buying an older home, either knocking it down or they're selling it. A company comes and moves that house and you can sell it, and then you build your dream home in a mature, established neighborhood. So that is also an option and something that is very common. Now, some cons about buying an existing home is the maintenance and repairs, like I just talked about, things that come up in the home inspection. So you might need new shingles within the year. You might need a new hot water tank. Or, your plumbing's out of date. That darn Poly B plumbing. And if you don't know what Poly B plumbing is, it is that gray plumbing that goes through the houses that was the late 80s to 90s, and then in the 90s we brought the PEX piping in. It's that clear or white. So the Poly B is said to cause leaks, so insurance companies aren't really wanting to insure it, and if they do, it's at a higher premium. So that is something you need to consider. That would be a big cost to change out. And if you do want to buy a house that has Poly B, don't worry, don't be scared. Jason and I have a great list of trades that can help you get that changed out, and for a great price as well. Like we said, we do the work so you don't have to. Another con could be energy efficient. The older the home, the less energy efficient it is. And that's not because it's old, it's just because back when it was built, they didn't have the same products that are available now in the newer homes to be energy efficient. But you can still do a renovation and put in those triple pane windows if that's something you want. Customization. So if you're buying an existing home, you don't get to customize it unless you're gonna do a reno. And that's okay. Renos are great, but the shell is the shell, the square footage is the square footage, and the floor plan is the floor plan. What you do inside, yes, you can definitely customize, but that's kind of where it ends. Now, in Red Deer specifically, the cost to build a new house is quite a bit more than purchasing a used home. However, I do foresee with the low inventory that we're experiencing right now that the used market is going to start to creep up to the builder market. So they're going to start to level out. This kind of happened back in 2006, 2008, where the inventory was so low, so people were building houses. And then it changed, it flipped. Now we had so much inventory, so it was very competitive. So prices were lower, and it was much cheaper to build or to buy existing. Now, it still is cheaper to buy an existing home, but like I said, I do feel like the market is getting closer together as far as price point, and unless the builders decide to raise their price, which I don't know, I don't have a crystal ball. So there are many, many builders in Central Alberta, and if you want me to give you a list of some of those builders, I am happy to. If you want me to introduce you to some of those builders, I'm happy to do that as well. Jason and I have been selling real estate here in the area for 30 years, so we know some of the best builders in the area that we would love to recommend you. And we also know some that we might want to steer you away from. Now, we never are here to say one's better than the other, but definitely there will be some better builders that are more tailored to your needs versus someone else's needs. Or when you do your research on the builders that we recommend, you will find one that you just fit better with, that you jive better with, maybe has the same taste as you have. Again, that relationship with your builder and your new home sales consultant is very, very important. And yes, if you do want to build a house, you can still work with a realtor. And yes, working with a realtor, myself or Jason, is free. We are just an extra set of eyes. We are here to look out for you, the best interests for you. We are like your liaison, especially if you're not here yet and you want to build your house. Jason and I can definitely do those, weekly checks, those drive-bys, those virtual tours for you to help you stay on top of your build, because honestly, it is very important that you go to your new home often if you are building, because you want to make sure that they are on track and doing what you guys have agreed upon. Nobody's perfect, mistakes happen, but you have to be on top of it. Now, Jason and I can do the exact same thing when you are buying an existing home. We sell houses all the time virtually to our clients. So we'll just take you on a FaceTime video and show you exactly what there is to offer in the market. Now, I could keep going on and on and on and on about this, but why don't we dive into what you can get in Red Deer specifically, or different areas. It doesn't matter. We can just look at all areas, dollar to dollar, pretty much, new versus pre-existing. So let me just share my screen here with you guys, and I'm going to hop on to this is what realtors use, my Pillar 9 site here. And I'm going to go and we're going to take a look at some houses here that are for sale. So let's just look at, here we go. So this is in a beautiful neighborhood on the southeast side of the city called Lonsdale. And here's the MLS number. So if you wanted to look at this again, please do, just type that in. Now you can see this one has been on the market for over a year, and that's probably because they listed it when it was just being built. This house was listed at $935 and now is $869. So the newer houses are sitting on the market a little bit longer because the prices are higher and people are finding that they can buy a existing house for less money and still get virtually the same thing, because this house has the front sod done, but there's no fence. And oftentimes the basement's not done, the garage is not done. And so that's something you want to consider in your budget too, or if you have time. So if you're moving here to Central Alberta and you build a new house, do you have time to do the fence and the yard and finish the basement? And I mean, you can get the builder to do all those things for you. It just will cost you. So let's just take a look at this. So this is a 2-story home. It is 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So let's just check the square footage here. The square footage of this home above grade, our square footage is always above grade, so it's not including the basement, is 2,358 square feet. So let's just take a look at the pictures. So it's it's got that modern roof, it's got the modern windows. Let's just go inside and see how it looks. So this one comes with blinds, which is nice. The builder has included that. You get the modern black and gold, which is very popular right now. Nice flooring, the nice appliance package. Beautiful stove, the pots and pan top. So something that's new in these houses is less cabinets and more flooring shelves. So if that's something you like, then that's great. But if you need cabinets like me to hide all the things, you might want to consider adding cabinets rather than just having all of those open shelves. Beautiful staircase that is open. So this house is very modern, 2,300 square foot, a great size 2-story fireplace, beautiful boot room, beautiful front door, detailed tile floor, beautiful master suite, walk-in closet, big master bedroom. gonna go a little quicker through here. So no basement development. So for this one, for $869,000, you do not have any basement development. Oh, I lied. Actually, you do. So sorry. Here's all of the rooms, and it does tell you if it's a basement, the upper floor, or the main level. So 2,300 square foot, brand new build, $869. Nobody's ever lived in it. So let's just go back and take a look at another one. So here again, we're still going to be in the 2 stories. We're going to be in the new build. This is another great builder in town. This one has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, so one less bedroom. The basement is also developed in here. And this one has a bigger garage, 28 by 24, so that's nice. And roughly this rent per square footage, $23.85. So, you know, less than 100 square feet different. This price is $847. So they also dropped their price, almost on the market a year as well. So you can see that the builders are pretty competitive with each other. Very nice fireplace, open railing, the modern kitchen with the floating shelves, the modern fixtures, big, beautiful windows. And again, it's that very modern. So if you want modern, you can get it here in Central Alberta. So this one is a show home. So you could go to this address if you wanted to. And I will tell you that in just one second. I just wanted to go through these pictures and show you that you get the nice upgraded carpet as well. The bigger baseboards. It also has blinds. Beautiful ensuite. His and her sink. Built-in shelving for the master closet. That is nice. It's not your typical wire shelving, which nothing's wrong with, but that's just very common here. And it looks to have a 3-season room as well. So this again, this one does, this is the plan for the basement. So they just haven't got it done yet, but will. So you can see this is very similar to the other one. So builder to builder, they're going to be very competitive with each other. But for that same price point, you know, just down the road in a very similar established neighborhood, you can get this beautiful home for a similar price. This one is listed at $849. So let's just scroll down here. The square footage is $28.15. So it's quite a bit bigger, like 500 square feet bigger and cheaper. So beautiful veranda, exposed aggregate, extra bricks. These are all things that would cost extra to build. Again, it has the beautiful granite island, gas stove, beautiful appliance package, ton of cabinets, pantry. I've seen this house actually. It is stunning. Blinds are included. Nice fireplace, open staircase. This is beautiful. Big office. So those other two stories that we viewed, they did not have a office. So this is kind of like your back entry. So you have your stand-up freezer right there, extra cabinetry. This is by your garage or your boot room. A nice added feature. Beautiful bathroom. Little veranda. Look at this suite. Isn't it just phenomenal? This house is exquisite. Covered deck with the Duradeck, so you don't have to worry about wood or staining. The yard is completely done. So you can see that it's in a cul-de-sac there. So it is a beautiful location. This is the property here. So let's just go back here again. So that was Grove Close. That was $849, and we looked at Lundberg, which was $869, and we looked at Thorkman, which was $847. So these houses all in this price point are very, very similar in square footage, and they are 2 stories. Now this one I want to show you guys here is 25 Morris Avenue. This is a beautiful Morse Row in Red Deer, well-established area. Remember I was talking earlier about the infill? So this property here is an infill. So this is in Morrisville. They knocked the house down and they built this new house. Now, if you look on Google Earth at Morrisville, the yards are beautiful, the houses are beautiful, and this is very common for people to be doing these types of homes because they want the mature yard, the mature lot, very modern, again, the black and the gold, boot room, custom tile shower. So this one has a square footage of 1579. So it is smaller, but this is also a bungalow, not a two-story. So you gotta remember all of that square footage is on one floor. The two-story, as you know, when I say that it's like 2,200 square feet, so it's gonna be 1,100 on the main and 1,100 on the top. So this is complete living space on one level. And then of course you're gonna have that same in the basement. So it's around 3,000 square feet. Now let's just head over I wanted to show you some that are a little bit lower in price. Again, we're into that two-story style again. So this one is a used home. So it is 1946 square feet, so very similar to the other one. And again, it has the 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, like the ones that were for $835 and up to $900. So this has the grass done, the fence done, in the same area as Lundberg that we looked at. So this is 94 Lawler, so the same area like in some of our other videos, if you have been around with us. If it starts with an L, it's in Lancaster or Laredo. All of our streets kind of go together. So if you're looking at L's, you'll be over there. If you're looking at addresses with the W, like you're going to be in Westlake or West Park. So it's very easy to navigate around the city. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel yet, make sure you do, so you can keep up to date on all the information that Jason and I love to push out to help make your move smoother, because we like to do the work so you don't have to. Okay, back to business here. So this one, like I said, it has the yard done, the fence done. This one actually has a vinyl fence, so that's beautiful. A beautiful upgrade. Has the big island, the nice cabinets, nice appliance package, fairly modern, powder room, nice boot room with the built-in, front attached garage. This one has a bonus room. So when I say bonus room, it's over top of the garage. It's just another family room, entertaining area. Laundry's upstairs, because who wants to haul it downstairs when all the bedrooms are upstairs, right? His and her sinks in the ensuite. The basement is developed. You have a wet bar. Beautiful front deck. So again, you have the mature yard. You have the curbing here. So very nice property. So that's like $200,000 less. So that is quite a bit of money when you want to compare new builds versus pre-existing homes. Now this one here on Vancouver Crescent is another beautiful neighborhood. This is called Vanier Woods. And this house is not very old. It's only 2017. Again, it has that modern feel, the modern windows. You can see some of the windows are vertical and some are horizontal. This one has a vinyl fence. This house is a walkout. So when we price houses here in Alberta, we usually put on about $10,000 to $12,000 extra for a walkout. So those previous ones that we looked at do not have a walkout basement. So this one is also modern. Open staircase, which is definitely an upgrade. The beautiful doors, great lighting, beautiful appliance package. So this one's for $619. So that's well over $200,000, yes, less. I'm just gonna quickly go through these here so I don't keep you guys too long on the video. Now this one has 2 decks, an upper and a lower, because again, it is a 2-story. This is a bonus room. This is the room above the garage. So you can see you can come up the stairs and hang out here in this living room. there's a bathroom there, or go up the stairs to the bedrooms. This is a great floor plan, a great house. I've seen this one as well. So it has his and her sinks, the tub, and the shower as well. Beautiful laundry room. Downstairs, a little office desk there. Great open space for the living room. Has a wet bar. Very modern, very beautiful, very elegant. And the backyard is very mature with a shed, the 2 patios. And for now, there's no one behind. So again, 1811 square feet with this one. So you're getting a little bit less square footage, the same amount of bedrooms, but for a whole lot less money. Now we've looked at some of the expensive properties. Let's head over and take a look at some of the multifamily houses, because maybe you're not looking at spending $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. Maybe you want a duplex. Well, here's a duplex and no condo fees. So that is something great to look for as well, because that really cuts down your costs if you're really worrying about your budget. So this one is listed for $384,000. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, front attached garage, and it's 1,344 square feet. Again, it's in that beautiful Vanier Woods area. So a new neighborhood. So very modern still. It comes with the blinds. Not a stainless steel appliance package, but a black one. Ensuite. And a fully developed basement for $384,000 with a front attached garage. Now, for that same price, let me just take another look here. I want to look at this one here. So this one, again, is a duplex with a front attached garage, a new build for $439,000. So it's almost $100,000 more. And this one has 2 bedrooms and 1 bath, no basement development, no fence, and front sod. But it is new, it is modern. You can develop the basement however you like, but that is a big difference, $100,000. So you can see the variances here in Central Alberta, the new builds versus the pre-existing. So the difference is similar whether you're spending $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, or you're spending $300,000. So if you have any questions or you want me to show you more properties or give you more examples, you know what to do. Give me a call, give me a text, give me an email, and I'm happy to go through this with you in more extensive detail, because there is a lot more information than I can tell you. I can go over the builders with you. I can talk to you about some of the builders that have just won awards this past month. So I can tell you what's new and up and coming in the neighborhoods. I can tell you what some neighborhoods have for architectural control, which means the specifics that you have to have on your home. That means some neighborhoods say you have to have a certain amount of brick on your house, which means a certain dollar value. Some say you have to have a certain pitch on your roof. So I can tell you all those things and help make your decision making a lot easier and a lot quicker, and narrow things down to you. So just like when you're going to buy a new house, you give Jason and I a call, we get your wish list, we set you up on a search, and you will get all of those listings within your search criteria in real time. We can do the same with you if you're building. We can send you all of the builders, we can take your wish list, and we can match you up and help you with that as well. Another thing that is a pro to building a house is oftentimes the lawyer fees are included. So that's an expense you're not going to have. But a con to building is that you don't get that RPR, that real property report, because there's probably no fence yet. You would get a plot plan, but you're not going to get a real property report. Now, if you haven't watched any of our videos, you might be wondering what a real property report is. Well, it is a big piece of paper that shows where your house and buildings sit within your land. And then it's sent to the city for what we call compliance. So the city has agreed to where all those buildings, fences, hot tub pads are located, and they give you a big red stamp. So in the province of Alberta, we are required to close a transaction with a real property report or title insurance, which is an insurance that ensures that your land and buildings are in fact within your property lines. Now that real property report, a new one is about $1,500 in some cases. So lawyer fees, real property report, it is what it is. It basically comes down to what you want and your timeline. Do you have the time to build a house? Do you have the patience to build a house? Do you have the budget to build the house you want? Or do you need a house now? Are you happy to buy a house that's a couple years older and have everything you want in it? Maybe you have to change some paint. Or do you want a character home? Do you want to buy an older house that has character or a heritage home? Or do you want to do an infill? The choice is yours. Jason and I are just here to help you. So if you want to know more on this topic, like and subscribe, put your information below, and we will reach out to you. Or you can reach out to us. We help people just like you every day move to Central Alberta, and we make it our mission and our goal to make sure that we make this transition easy for you, and we are always here to answer your questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe.